And we are starting. Yo, 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 world. It's your boy, JoJo Jovan, and you are tapped into the socially charged, debatable, and dope privilege show coming to you live every Monday at 8 a.m. on the HausHill Entertainment networks. Download the HausHill Entertainment app for free on iOS or Google Play devices. Yo, this is episode 37, and as always, I have two of the illest co-hosts in the game talking about Cecily Jamela.
Hey.
Talking about Isaac Hayes.
Hey, what up? Y'all already know.
And we are the Privilege Show. Happy to be here. How y'all doing? Everybody's good?
Everyone's great.
Everybody, yeah, I think everybody is great after.
We all good.
Yeah, we all good, especially after the royal inauguration. What you guys call it, a royal inauguration we had?
It looked like it.
It felt regal. It felt that way.
Definitely regal. Now, I'll say one picture that made me know it was regal was the Obamas.
Mm-hmm.
That purple, I don't know. Do you know if that was a set thing for them to wear? Everyone wear purple? Is that? I know there was a statement made with that, but Michelle Obama, she had the right shade of purple. That was the right shade.
I thought it was more of a magenta.
Magenta. Okay, that works too. The magenta. I've always loved those off colors that people rarely say. Magenta.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Or a maroon. A maroon.
Short.
Or mahogany. What'd you say, Isaac?
I said whether it was planned or not, they definitely look great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Stand out of the night for sure.
They shut that thing down. In case you guys don't know, in case you've been hiding under a rock somewhere, we are talking about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris being sworn in as the 46th president and vice president of the United States. It's a pretty big deal for all. Well, we're hoping so.
It's a pretty big deal, yeah. I would say it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Yo, let me ask y'all this, throw a quick question at you guys. Do you agree that over the last, I guess maybe since Obama was in office and then Trump came in, that politics and the fight for racism has become kind of meshed into one?
Oh.
Do y'all feel like people, black people are just out voting for Democrats because they feel like it's a right to freedom, but they don't really understand the politics behind it? Y'all feel like that's been meshed together?
This is a loaded question.
It is, but it's short. It's short, but it's loaded, right? Do y'all think that it's been kind of? I personally feel. I'll give my opinion. I personally think that since Trump and since Obama, all the racism things have been going on more currently, talking about with the police killings and brutality. I feel like the American flag more than ever has been seen as a symbol of racism more than ever. And I think, I guess that's more so the question,
I will say this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I will say this. I feel like as a human being, I feel like I have a lot of options, and I operate my first mind as Cecily, woman, Black, and I am surprised that it comes down to so few choices. I feel like we have fewer choices with our vote because it does surround economics or race. Whereas I feel like if we have the freedoms of other Americans, like white Americans, we could delve off into the other nuances. Like, I'm going to vote for the guy that helps the stock market because that's where my interest lies. Whereas African Americans are kind of forced to sit there and think, what's the best choice where we can benefit overall? And that seems to be like where we have the most basic rights are being affected. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we have to decide, like, who's the guy that's going to look out for us if we're in a bad situation or else. Whereas if I was a white man, I would go with the person that would make me the wealthiest.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's actually good.
So how do we have power in this world where we can decide what we want to do? You know what I mean? Like with your question, are we? I don't think we're limiting ourselves. I think we're limited, and I think that we're kind of forced in these boxes that we operate in.
Wow. That's pretty deep.
That's too much.
No, not too much.
You know what's funny? Seth be like, wait a minute, did y'all okay after I gave what
like that was right on point. You know what I mean? You got me thinking about what you said. Like, you know what? I'm going with what she said. I'm going to piggyback what Seth just said and pretend like it's what I said. Because man, that was deep. That was serious right there.
But I think I think the rest of the world looks at it that way. I think it's a great question to ask, Jovan, because I feel like this is what my white friends are probably thinking. Well, hell, why do y'all make it so hard on yourselves? Why do you make it about race? Like, why is it always so intense? And it's like, this is the box that we're able to operate in. And this is why we get so excited when we see brown and black faces in politics, because it feels like we're just moving a little bit forward where we can have those, they have the option to say, I want to go with this guy because this guy wears blue suits and I like blue suits.
Wow. I mean, because we are so far behind. That's what it is. You know what I mean? It hasn't been fair since America was born. So, of course, we are. It looks as though it's racist, but really we're just trying to be comfortable and see something that, you know what I mean, that we're not used to, that's our complexion. And that's wow, Cecily, that was incredible.
And that's well said. I agree. Very well put. And I didn't have a right or wrong answer going into it, asking the question. I just felt that on my heart, because it's like, what are we really voting for? What are we fighting for? I mean, I know what I am doing this for and what I'm voting for, and those things. But it's like, I feel like there's a big number of people who are just voting just to be voting to, in face of racism. And
but think about what
we are not necessarily going to fix racism just because you voted for it.
But we're oppressed. We're oppressed people.
That's what it is. Right.
So we have to fight in that way. We have to. And I understand why people go off and they join the Republican Party. I understand why people are like, why does it have to be about race? They're exerting their freedoms. It sucks to not feel as free as the next person. When you have when you feel like you're smarter, better than, have just the same amount of opportunity. So I actually feel bad for Black folks that go that route, because they're trying to assert their freedoms. I want the freedom to vote for whoever the fuck I want to too. I want to be ignorant just like you too. But it doesn't benefit all of us. And that's what it comes down to. Something that's built into us, I think, culturally, is what is good for the group. What will move the race forward. And there are a lot of people that are on some like, I'm not about y'all, I'm about me. I'm about the money. I'm about whatever. And I don't necessarily see that as being bad, unless you turn around and you say, hey, this racism is self-imposed. You can have whatever you want to. That's not true. A lot of people are where they are because of the opportunities that were afforded to them.
Now that's true.
Somebody get this.
Go ahead.
Somebody get this woman a crowd. A stage, a podium,
no, seriously.
I know I got too much to say about this stuff.
You know what I mean? That was a standing ovation right there.
It is. Like Cecily should have an award for that. For that speech. Nice. Speaking about, people and the opportunities. So it's been announced that Biden has paused deportations for the next 100 days, which is only one of the many things that he's been doing since he's been in office. And so it's promising to keep people still currently where they're at without being deported. The deportation moratorium, I always have an issue pronouncing that word, as they call it, will began last Friday, and it will include most immigrants in the country without legal authorization, except those who cross the border after November 1st, 2020, and those who have committed an aggravated felony, or who pose a national security risk. So it looks like, Biden is trying to clean things up pretty quickly. Trump didn't get us a wall, as he kept bragging about and wanting to put up and do all that. We didn't get the wall, but it looks like Biden is starting out with putting a pause on the deportation, which I personally have a few friends who are happy about that, and that affects them in a different way. They're Hispanic, So shout out to those who get to stay in the U.S. a little bit longer.
Right.
In a good way, not in a bad way.
Make it a good 100 days now.
You get an extra 100 days. You get an extra 100. That's all in love and life. Yeah. Before we hop off of the Trump thing and go into our question of the day from our privileged show viewers, Cecily, I think we talked about this very briefly, or mentioned it over our chats, our privileged chats. There was truly a Coca-Cola button, a Diet Coke button in the office.
There is a
So our listeners and viewers know what we're talking about. Let's catch them up. Supposedly, Biden is getting rid of a Diet Coke button or Coke button that Trump has had in his office or something, right?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
What kind of man has a Diet Coke button sitting at his disposal?
He drinks 12 Diet Cokes a day. And
how old is he? What?
He's like in the mid-70s, I think. So he drinks 12 of them a day. And so he had a button that was installed on his desk. So whenever he pressed the button, a butler would bring a Diet Coke. And It was discovered in 2017 when a reporter interviewed him, and he saw him press the button, and the guy got nervous, and because he thought this button was like a something, like a nuclear something. And Trump laughs, and he goes, "Yeah, people get nervous when I do that. This connects to the butler's whatever, the kitchen, and they bring me a Coke."
Wow. Wow.
So that's one of the things that Biden got rid of.
What a fat fuck.
I think that's a bit juvenile, but I mean, if you got to flaunt it, I guess, right?
Man, I mean, I can think of buttons for all kinds of things I want, so I'm with it. But
12 Cokes, 14 Cokes,
12 Cokes a day.
That just sounds like you just depressed. You're stressed with 12 Cokes a day.
I mean,
you're on drugs when you're doing that. You're on pure, I mean, sugar at that point.
Literally. Yo,
I wouldn't trust anyone that drank 3 Cokes a day, let alone 12.
That's wild. But all right.
Well, at least we know that Coke button is out of the office.
Yes. Yeah. He can sleep at night now.
Yes, he can't sleep. He can't sleep at night. Hopefully. Now, I did notice at the inauguration, the Bushes they didn't look too happy. They looked kind of not happy, but they kind of were separate, weren't holding hands, didn't kind of want to.
Yes.
That's the vibe you got too?
I mean, they're probably unhappy with each other.
Well, right now their term is over. Their term is over. They should be retired. Like the Obamas, when they got up out of their office, they went on vacation. They were writing books, Oprah Club, fan clubs. Like, enjoy your time off.
See, you know what? You know what the difference is between normal people and presidents is they can't get divorced. Maybe they're unhappy together.
Yeah.
Maybe they're really, really unhappy and miserable.
Wow.
Yeah, I got that vibe too. I mean, I observed them. There's times that they were separated from one another. At least some of the other couples. I mean, the Bushes didn't look all that cozy, but at least they were together. And it was weird to kind of see, like, there's a point where we saw Hillary walk out of the White House or walk towards the door, and she wasn't with Bill Clinton. So it's like, how did y'all get separated?
Right.
I mean, we already know that.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, we know how you got separated.
Right.
All times.
That part. So, y'all know what time of the year it is. It is Aquarius season, and we're going to jump into the Aquarius zodiac reading of the week, January 25th, 2020. For our Aquariuses out there, if you're at all worried that you might say or do something to offend someone, especially if you're pretty sure about who it is and what the situation might be, take someone along for the ride who's equipped to mediate in situations such as this. You know the person to ask because you probably had to call on them in the past for just such a reason. And remember that it's not you they'll be watching out for. So whatever that means for the zodiac and the universe, I couldn't quite comprehend it myself. I don't know too many Aquariuses, but happy birthday. We're gonna hit y'all with. I'm gonna hit y'all with.
My woman's an Aquarius, so.
Happy birthday to your lady. Do you know a lot about Aquariuses?
I know they're difficult.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, you know what? It's her birthday.
It's her birthday.
Yeah, it's her birthday. We're not gonna say too much.
I'm just playing about that. No, Aquarius are actually pretty cool people. Like they're pretty chill for the most part. A little bit crazy, but other than that, you know what I mean. They're kind of, they're manageable.
So
they're fuckwittable.
They say that Aquariuses are most compatible. They're air signs, and they're most compatible with Gemini, Libra, and Sagittarius.
And I'm a Taurus. So
you're a Taurus. Well, soon more to come on that. Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes. Thank y'all for staying tuned in. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in to the Privilege Show. Follow us on Privilege Show on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and make sure y'all subscribe. Yo, before we get out of here for the day, y'all know me, and y'all also know our Privilege Show viewers and listeners with our questions of the day. And so this week we have a question from Jenny in Georgia. Now that sounds funny. Her question for us, and I'll ask you first, Cess. Well, Cess, you went last week. I'll ask Isaac this week. So, Cecily, Isaac, what in your personal life has influenced you to choose your career?
Just it's actually I was born into it. You know what I mean? It's something that God gave me since I was 2 years old. I've been entertaining since a baby. That's just what it is. So it was kind of just what you know what I mean. That's just who I am. So that's why my career is making people laugh, uh, entertaining people, and just being happy. That's it.
And
Talk to God about
that's
it. He
no,
gave it to
no,
me.
I hear that. I appreciate that. Now, it's many. I can go longer and dive into longer, more about that question
Yeah.
because you do so many
For
things.
sure.
You're a talented actor, comedian, writer, director, all that great stuff. And so we're gonna dive into our more of a dreamers episode soon with that, Isaac. And thanks for your input on that. I wanted to answer myself.
Yeah. Definitely.
Um, Cecily, for
Right.
you,
Mhm.
what's your go-to karaoke song? What do you have to
Oh.
sing?
My go-to karaoke song is "That Girl Is Poison"
Oh, good
by
one.
BBD. Yes,
Good
it
choice.
is.
Yes,
It,
it
it
is.
gets it gets the party going. I
Yes, it
can
does.
I can't sing, but I can carry a tune, so I can do all the parts. I can rap, and if it's a little dry, I know if I break down the movements, which you guys can't see, but boy, if you
Uh,
could, you'd be so excited right now.
uh,
Yeah.
And you get the whole crowd, black, white, everybody, people who don't speak English. It's a party. It's a party stopper, a
okay.
starter and stopper. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Did you say that you can rap?
yeah, I can rap.
Okay, we'll have to hear that someday.
Ooh,
So,
that's about to
Jovan,
kick
you
a
heard it right.
1-2-1-2 on y'all.
You heard. You know what we'll do that? That's gonna be the
What?
Dreamers episode.
Oh,
That is
Seth
so really.
rapping.
That's gonna be the
I
Dreamers
love
episode.
that, yo.
Get the
Seth,
bars up, Seth. Get your
Seth.
I
bars up.
will. I
Okay, since
will.
since you like to dabble in a little rap sets, I got to hit you with another question. MC Light or Yo Yo?
Oh.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna say yo-yo because I'm from the West Coast.
You can't
Ooh,
play with my
MC
Yo
Light.
Yo.
Yeah.
I'm going MC Light. I'm going MC Light.
Don't try to play me out.
Yeah, don't try to
me
play
out.
me out.
Yeah.
Yo, thank y'all for tuning in to the Socially Charged, Debatable, and Dope Privilege Show.
Yes.
Cecily, thank you. As beautiful as always. It's always my pleasure, always our pleasure hitting y'all with our Privilege Show
Yes.
madness. Isaac Hayes, enjoy your
Thank
day,
you.
enjoy y'all week,
Hey.
and make sure y'all
Appreciate
stay
y'all.
safe. Yo, y'all stay tuned in for next episode. We're gonna hit y'all with our other very special guest of the year. We're not saying who it is. Y'all just gotta tune in
Oh,
next week on episode 38. Thanks again. In the meantime, download the HausHill Entertainment app for iOS, Google Play devices. Search HausHill Entertainment in your iOS and app stores today. HausHillEntertainment.com. Y'all stay safe and stay up. Love you guys.
love y'all.
Love you.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace. Thank you.
You.